Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to the shop. Got an engineering unboxed video, I guess you could call it today. Some stuff I bought here kind of goes along with this here. I figured what better place to introduce all of this stuff from Banks Engineering, Gale Banks Corporation, than one of the dynamometer consoles. Probably one of the only ones in the U.S. that's as old as Gale is. So, got two legends right here. We'll open this up and see what I've got. This is not paid deal. I bought this stuff, so. What it is what it is. We'll find out. But basically, you know, this is a dynamometer console, and in World War II, what they did here and recorded was about a tenth of what's in these boxes to do. And I got well-known fittings. Speed sensor. Thermocouples. Four temperature sensors, a hat, look at that, remote mount kit. Turbo speed sensor. I didn't think they had these in stock. On my pressure sensors. Shirt. The brains. Thermocouple harness. Other thermocouple harness. Was my speed harness. Air mouse, they call it. Weather station, really. And more thermocouples and sensors. Let me see if I can find a pack list on this, and I'll check it all off and I'll bring it back. Well, there it is, old meets new. Let's check it out. So, pretty much everything that this console used to do, that little thing right there that'll go in a standard gauge pod will do. So, let's take a look. This is the ambient air system. So the manifold pressure gauge over here, that's what this is going to do, is read that, and it also has humidity measurements to compensate for weather conditions that this does not have. It's not built in. You'd have to have that separate somewhere. But this did have the EGTs that had to be individually selected to show up on one gauge, whereas this has the capability to record 8 EGTs with the configuration I've got and store all them in there. It can data log and keep all that, not just instantaneous readings, which all these would have been. So the dyno operator had to watch all of this and monitor it and try and basically write it down as it happened, whereas this is doing it multiple times a second and keeping track of all of it. So technology is pretty great when it comes to that. Now, will this be around 80 years from now like this is? Who knows? And then over here, of course, this is the RPM section. So we got the same thing here. This is just the wiring harness in the box. Module for this is CAN bus, so all the wiring can stay out and just feeds one set of wires back to the gauge. Very small, nice, easy plug and play kind of deal. We've got turbo speed sensors, something fairly new. I've only dealt with this once in the past. Probably not going to get into that for a little bit. That'll be more for when there is actually a dyno attached and I can do that. For now, I'm limited on my channel hookups because I could only find one cable for this. The rest of them are back ordered currently that can read the speed sensors. So we're just going to go with engine RPMs for now and deal with that later, because I'm going to play with this on my truck before it goes into the dyno cell to essentially replace all this. Not that you can ever replace this cool factor, but still, that's pretty cool that all this can be in that plus a lot more. Anyway, so I've got the remote pressure mount. This will be for exhaust drive pressure, so I'll be hooking that up. This engine crank speed sensor, I want to get that hooked up on my truck, and then we'll measure inlet to the turbocharger using a temperature and a pressure, and then this will be on the manifold side with a pressure gauge there, and that should give the density readings. So that's going to be the 4 channels, so that ties up this one harness. So all of this will be put away for another time, and this right here will be for now. So as you can see, I got a lot going on here, but I might do an install video if there's interest in that as far as how this hooks up. And it's probably be the only non-OBD2 bank setup in existence on YouTube, at least that I could find anyway, besides the one in Gail's own dyno cell. I don't think theirs is all run standalone, much like what mine will be. So if you're looking to put a set on an antique, follow along, because that's what it's going to be doing. We're going to mimic this beautiful 1940s dynamometer and that right there. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. I'll catch y'all later.